Hello, this is David Fisher, Superior Technical Services. This is a video to demonstrate how to recover a stuck wafer holder in a FEI dual beam 820 instrument. Please follow the examples in this video carefully. Do not force anything as there are delicate parts on the stage and the load lock arm. First, make sure that the beam voltage for the ion beam, as well as the ion source, and the E-beam high voltage are turned off. Then press the high tension hardware button on the panel. Next, it is time to vent the chamber. Expand the vacuum settings page, then click the vent button. Confirm the dialog by clicking OK. The chamber will now start to vent. Venting the chamber will take at least 30 minutes. Depending on the position of the wafer holder, the load lock gate valve, or V21, may be in the closed down position as shown, or in the up position. The load lock door will be stuck shut with the vacuum. Wait until both are freely moving before moving. Do not pull too hard. Once the load lock door is able to open and the V21 door is open, the chamber is vented. Depending on where the load lock arm and holder got stuck, the arm may be inside the chamber as shown. If this is the case, simply turning the load lock arm by hand will often unstick the wafer holder from the stage. Once this happens, the V21 will close automatically, so watch your fingers. It is also possible to turn the load lock arm by using the motor axle underneath the load lock. Otherwise, the load lock arm will be in the load lock and the holder will be on the stage. In this case, V21 will be closed and it will be necessary to use service mode to manually open it. First, close the M-Control software. And then maximize the green server window. There is a secret button on the top right of the menu bar. The secret code is almost always written underneath the keyboard. Enter the 4-digit code into the password box and then click OK. Service mode will now be active for 10 minutes. If the secret code is not written underneath the keyboard or is incorrect, the correct code is always accessed by adding integers 51, 53, and 55 from the md.txt file. Next, from the dual beam service folder on the desktop, run testcc or p90tst.exe on the hard drive. Next, start dual beam control once again. From the testcc program, select SMCB load lock, then PLCB driver bitwise. Next, open SMCB load lock, PLCB driver load lock. From the PLCB driver load lock, select no vacuum mode and select OK to bypass safety checks. Next, make sure Enable V21 is selected in the driver bitwise. V21 should be closed and locked. Next, select Open V21 Request. You will now notice that V21 is in the open position, in the up position. The load lock is now accessible to the chamber. Now you will remove a rear port from the left-hand rear port cover using a 6mm hex key. Once the port is removed, set it aside. You can now see inside of the chamber to the stage. It will be towards the front and the left. Get a flashlight in and you'll be able to see the wafer holder sitting on top of the stage. Next, you will reach in and very carefully lift the load lock or the holder off of the stage and push it gently through the V21 load lock door at the front. It often helps to have a helper. You can now remove the holder. Be very careful, there are some fragile parts on the top of the stage and the load lock arm. You may have a sample touch alarm error. Simply clear it. Deselect Open V21 request. The V21 door will now close. Deselect No Vacuum Mode. Then you may close all of the service windows. Next, close the load lock door and select the stage menu and select Home to home the stage. Next, reinstall the port cover on the back of the chamber. You can now click Pump to pump the chamber. Once the chamber has reached vacuum OK, it is possible to load the sample again. The cause of stuck holders is often the holder sensing apparatus in this load lock. These thin, fragile fingers often get stuck inside the fiberglass frame. Make sure they are freely moving. This load lock has a problem in that the fingers do not move.